So I'm actually at the top of the drop right now. The line goes out and then drops going down to the city sewer.
Okay, so you're looking down into that drop.
Not yet. I was, and then I pull out to locate so I get an accurate location, but that's just debris there.
Mm-hmm.
See that's a lip of the connection of the next connection. So what happens is with tree root and settling over the years and everything, that should be lined up right with the pipe, you know. But as long as we don't have separation between the two and feeding the groundwater and stuff like that, we're okay. Sometimes they'll be so offset that I can see the crack in between the two. Yeah, so we know we're going to the dirt now.
Okay.
So.
And nothing seems to be actively growing into there right now.
No. You do have some calcium buildup there going down.
So would this be something that...
So here's the tap to that's the city sewer right there. So your water's going like this, that water's going like this.
Okay.
Would this be something I should occasion for?
No.
I live in a house that I have to do that. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, I would never do that. First of all, I don't think you have a tree in the back, do you?
No.
It looks like there's a smaller one out there that's been cut down, it looks like. But
I was just thinking, and the neighbors don't have one that comes into your yard. So tree root grows as big as the radius of foliage at the top. So it's the same. You can turn it upside down, it looks the same.
Okay. It's just where I'm used to. That's why I was asking.
yeah, you're not against that stuff in general, or you're just saying in this case you shouldn't need it.
Yeah, we're all kind of against that stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you should really just maintain your sewer line. So if you did have trees back there, then you should have a camera inspection. You know, let's say this line had quite a bit of tree root in it.
Mm-hmm.
Tree root grows really fast, so you want to get it out of there within a year or two because it grows that fast. You can come right back that fast. So if you had that, I would say, you know, have a camera inspection every year or every 2 years, or I might just say, you know, have somebody come and snake it out for you every year, every 2 years. But you don't have that issue. There's really nothing you can do about how the pipe settles or anything like that. So as long as you don't have any cracks or anything, see how nice that one's lined up?
Yeah.
It really hasn't dropped much at all.
Is it normal that it drops that much down to the city one? It seems like a good thing.
Oh yeah, yep. Yeah, it's about a 2 foot drop there, 1.5 to 2 feet.
Trees are out front.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you have, you know, if you had to replace the line and it was in the middle of the street or even on the other side of the street, you got to replace all that. So very costly, very expensive. Here's some more calcium buildup around there.
So what does that mean to me?
Well, what that means is that calcium buildup can get to be so much that it can block off like 2/3, maybe even 7/8 of your line, of your water flow. So when you see that, you want somebody to come in, plumbing contractor that has an expandable cutter. So what that is it goes inside the pipe like this and expands to the wall and cuts at the wall.
Okay.
Because a lot of times you'll get somebody come out here,
Yeah, smaller.
well, you got a 4-inch line, right? They'll put a 2-inch hole through your tree root.
They would never even touch that.
And then 3 months later, yeah, they'll never touch that.
Yeah.
So is that something that should be worried about right now?
No.
What's there?
Now, let's see how much more you have. If that's all you had, and see, your sewer line's old, so I'm going to recommend that you have a camera inspection for general purposes and that also, to make sure it's not building up too much. This line right here is pretty clear pretty clean and pretty clear for its age. That right there might be a little small crack coming in the top there. I'll have to really get, when I write my reports, I do this on a big screen so I can see it really good.
Oh, okay.
That could be a little crack right there that we might just want to keep our eye on. So at 81 feet.
So this is something you recommend it's checked occasionally?
When the sewer lines are old, yes. When they're aging, yep.
And I'll solve the problem before it gets worse.
Exactly.
So they're all
So there must have been a tree out there that was bothering this before, because they did clean this out.
So you can see scrape marks.
Mm-hmm.
didn't look like a real big tree back there.
Who knows what else could have been
Oh, that's true.
10 years ago. There's a bigger one in the middle.
That's true.
Yep.
I just don't want any more headaches than I have.
Yeah, that's why you'll need to have this inspected probably every 2 to 3 years, I would say.
Okay, and who does those inspections?
He does.
Oh, you do? Okay, then.
We haven't heard.
And I haven't heard. Okay then, good to know.
That's funny.
I'm not used to all these modern illnesses.
She's on a septic where she's at right now. So
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we see quite a few of those.
The line to my septic is very short, it's right by the house.
Yeah, they usually are. Yep.
Very, very short.
They're usually pretty short runs to get to the septic tank. Yep.
I think I've only been blocked with weeds twice from the deck, cut it out once and freeze for the pole. That's a lot of years.
So this is pretty clean right here too.
I like to hear that, it means good.
Mm-hmm. We just want to make sure that, with the additional camera inspections, you'll see that if any of that happened to be a crack, it's going to get worse. Everything gets worse, right?
Nothing fixes itself.
Right. So we'd be able to look at that, and my inspection report has the video link right in it, so you compare it from one to the other, and make your.
So if that becomes a problem, is that who spends to fix it?
Yeah, I mean, it's always a certain amount of an expense, right? I mean, if you were replacing 10 feet of line, let's say, in your backyard, again, you're not replacing sidewalks, all that stuff, but you do have to cart the dirt out. Most cities want you to bring in clean dirt.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. And then this line's probably, let's say in the middle of your backyard, it's 8 feet deep. So you got to dig down 8 feet,
Yeah.
20 feet, to fix a 10-foot section.
So, I'm not gonna hold you to this, just roughly, how much do you think that would cost if it had to be done?
Well, I can tell you that if you had to replace, see your cast iron is in your house, comes outside the back foundation wall, probably about 6 feet. From there, it ties into your crock pipe. Let's just say your crock pipe is bad all the way to the fence, all the way to the city sewer. Here you're probably talking about 10, 12 grand.
Yeah.
Mhm. But here's one thing you can do is you can check with your city to see if they have the additional insurance, which I do believe that this area does. And what that does is they want your line to not be able to function before they're going to pay for it. But let's say it collapsed. Let's say it collapsed in the backyard, and now the water's coming back. It's coming up through your floor drains and stuff, and you're freaking out.
Yeah.
They'll pay for about $7,000 to $9,000 worth of that repair, and it only costs you like $10 a month.
So the city does
Very
that?
well worth it, yes.
Yeah.
Not the city, the insurance company.
Oh, your homeowner's insurance?
No, it's a special thing.
It's a special
you have
insurance.
to get through the city.
Yep, you gotta get it
if
through
they
the
offer
city.
It.
Yep.
So it'd be an additional, instead,
Okay.
Yep.
10, 20 a month or whatever.
Yeah, it's like $10 a month or something like that, which is really, it's very well worth it. You can ask Chris, because I'm sure Chris knows if they have it in this area or not.
And I don't know if you remember the hole they dug in my yard. We had a section. We had a section replaced.
Okay.
It's a giant hole.
Yeah, I kind of vaguely remember that.
So this is where your crock pipe, see I'm in the crock right now, and this is the cast iron where it connects to the cast iron, just outside the foundation wall.
So is that normal cast iron there, or is there something else they would replace it with if you had a problem?
If you had a problem with your cast iron, or anything that you have a problem with, you're going to replace with PVC piping.
Okay.
It's the best. And there's a lot of reasons for
Tiny
that.
bit of roots right there coming through that
Yep.
seam.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Not a big deal, but again, you want to, you just want to keep up on maintaining your sewer line.
How do you maintain your sewer?
You're
Right.
actually get it snaked or cambered.
By having it cambered, yep. Then you'll know when you need to snake it, and right now you really don't have enough calcium buildup in there for you to go ahead and, put that kind of pressure on old pipes. It's got to be, you got to have a lot more in there than that for you to warrant having that done. Cast iron is moderate to, there's some areas that look a little heavy scaled. When cast iron deteriorates, it's not like your crock pipe that just deteriorates in certain areas. This actually scales from the walls. So
So it just erodes away from the inside, basically.
it falls down on the bottom of the pipe, gets washed away. But for this age, this looks pretty good.
So it's
I like that.
kind of like rust. Like
Yeah.
From the inside,
Mhm.
it gets flaky and will
Yep,
fall off.
exactly.
Eventually-
Flakes off. Yep.
Eventually we'll thin the pipe out
Yeah.
to where it's all gone. But
And like I said, here you've only got, 30 feet to get outside the rear foundation wall. So you definitely don't want to go through here when you have to snake. You want to go through there.
because yes, you don't want to
You don't want to put that pressure on this pipe for no reason. There's nothing to clean here.
It's covered
back
up.
there because if you did need to snake it, it's harder on the pipe because it's
Gotcha.
got this claw in there that's
Okay.
knocking more of that scale off and
Yep.
accelerating the process.
Okay.
But I don't see any immediate problems, that's for sure.
So it could be okay, I know you can't guarantee, but it could be okay for a few years.
Oh, it will be.
All right.
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, don't hold me to it because we never know what pipe's going to do.
Well,
And
you can't.
Right.
yeah, you can't.
But there's no signs that are saying
There's
immediate
yeah.
trouble sign.
There's